Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about their Star Wars TV shows and their movies currently in the mix. Now, one thing is for certain is that a lot of fans are very upset and very much confused as to what in the world has happened with GINA Carano. We talked about this in the previous 2 posts if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. I'm sure that a majority of you already know about this anyway, so let's move along. Now, everything related to Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, we do know that they are working together as a team with George by their side to really pave way for a brighter future for Star Wars, but obviously the latest decision by Lucasfilm of firing GINA Carano was really a big decision that really led to a lot of Star Wars fans getting very upset, canceling their Disney Plus subscription, saying things as big as never wanting to actually go back to Star Wars at this point. And everybody has a right to their own opinion, right? Everybody has a right to feel that way. And rightfully so, everyone has their own opinion on things, and that's how, the world really is at the end of the day. Now, everything related to Jon Favreau, one thing that a lot of fans have been very curious about is, of course, the one Star Wars TV series that was going to star Cara Dune, portrayed by GINA Carano. Now, Cara Dune was actually set to be a main character in Rangers of the New Republic, and there's a lot of problems now happening with that TV show. Whether or not you guys have been excited about this TV series, it was, or still is, going to be a big show. It's going to be changed in many different aspects. We're going to actually be getting more into details about that. But everything related to Disney Star Wars right now is that we also know that Kathleen Kennedy is very much satisfied with the decision of getting GINA Carano off of the Mandoverse itself. Now, with that being said, alright, given that The Mandalorian Season 3 is now in development, Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their new Star Wars projects for the universe. However, it's noted that behind the scenes, creator Jon Favreau is debating on canceling a Star Wars TV series that was going to star GINA Carano, called Rangers of the New Republic. It's best described that Favreau currently is in a big situation with other creators and higher-ups over at Lucasfilm about canceling Rangers of the New Republic and forming a new TV series that will center on the same concept with more beloved characters to cater to the fans more. Now, additionally, of course, it's also described that some creators over at Lucasfilm that are more sided with Kathleen Kennedy are pressuring him to keep Rangers of the New Republic on the timeline of new Star Wars shows to come. However, Favreau wants to completely cancel the show, given the situation involving GINA Carano and more. Favreau does not agree with the concept of a recast and wants to rid the character entirely and switch to another main character to actually switch the show while changing the story and the official title of the series that was set to debut in 2023. So let's stop right here for 1 second. Now, this is a very tricky situation, because we do know that Jon Favreau, at the end of the day, loves Star Wars. He is a guy that loves Star Wars with all of his heart. He loves exactly, what George did with the originals and the prequels. Regardless of the criticism of the prequel trilogy, Jon Favreau loves them. When we go ahead and check out why he signed on for Star Wars, it's all because he had problems with The Last Jedi and how Rian Johnson treated Luke Skywalker. So here we are now in a scenario where Jon Favreau actually wants to do away with Rangers of the New Republic, given of what happened to the character of Cara Dune, and of course actress GINA Carano. This of course is creating a big stir behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm because of one major reason. Lucasfilm wants to recast, and Jon Favreau does not want to do that. Jon Favreau wants to erase the character completely. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with Jon Favreau, but I'm kind of more sided with Favreau. Mind my opinion here, but I just feel that if you can't really do a proper recast where the new actress looks just like GINA, it's going to feel very out of place. It's going to feel very off and inconsistent. It's not going to match the continuity, appearance-wise, of the character, so if they really can't get that done at least easily, yes, then I do side with Favreau of getting rid of the character entirely. As much as I love the character of Cara Dune and how much potential the character really had in Rangers. The more important thing to focus on is how Favreau is looking to actually cancel Rangers, reframing the show, changing the story but keeping it in the same time frame, which is roughly just a month or so after Return of the Jedi, and just changing the overall title, giving it a new main character, basically a brand new TV show, but set in the same exact timeline. Could this be a blessing in disguise? I don't know, because some fans out there have expressed their opinion that Cara Dune being the main character maybe wouldn't have been the best choice in the long run. I, however, think it was going to be a good idea because there was so much more to that character that we could have actually learned about in the show, but that's just my take on things. The other thing is this, is that Rangers of the New Republic was actually set to show a lot of the Battle of Jakku eventually, which takes place 1 year after Episode 6. So they're obviously trying to do a lot of angles within that show. Keep in mind that they're going to stay in that time frame regardless of what happens. Whether Favreau gets his way of canceling the show or doesn't get his way of canceling the show, it's going to be set in that exact time frame. Roughly 1 month leading up to 1 year after Return of the Jedi, showing us the official downfall of the Empire and the rise of the remnants of the Empire becoming the First Order eventually in the Mandoverse. Now the Mandoverse, I don't think the GINA CARANO situation is going to make a dent into it at all. The Mandoverse is already very well structured. We got the Ahsoka series, we've got Mandalorian Season 3, which by the way, may and just may have a slight delay, given of what's going to happen with the character of Cara Dune. That's going to actually initiate a lot of rewrites if Favreau does get his way of getting rid of the character completely. But I digress. Everything that has happened in the past 48 hours, it is a big deal. I mean, a lot of fans are very unhappy. A lot of fans are voicing their opinions. It's just a real big mess right now, to tell you guys the truth. And it's going to be a very interesting turn of events to see, you know, what's going to happen in the next couple of months, where they begin filming Mandalorian Season 3 in April and or May, given on what's going to happen with the character of Cara. So like I've said before in the past, guys, I think that regardless, this is not going to make a dent into the creativity of the Star Wars universe, but it may very well make a dent in the number of subscriptions on Disney+, because we're already seeing a lot of Star Wars fans jumping ship and just saying goodbye, and that's just what's happening right now, sadly. So, like I said before in the past, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.